Welcome to Today with Paul. Today on Table Talks, I'm going to discuss the pedestrian lifestyle. There's a lot of reasons why people live the pedestrian lifestyle. One is economic. Maybe the gas prices are too high. You've got the cost of insurance, oil changes, maintenance. Gosh forbid you get in a wreck. There's also legal reasons. Some people have their license revoked. Don't know all the possible reasons on that. Everybody's personal circumstances will vary. There's also environmental. A lot of people are very environmentally conscious these days. So maybe they just want to leave a smaller footprint and maybe help save the environment for the next generation. You also have the sake of convenience. Maybe you live in an urban environment. A car is just too much of a hassle. Maybe it's unnecessary. These are things that people consider all the time. It's life. Also health. And for that purpose, the pedestrian lifestyle is great. You get to incorporate healthy things as part of your routine. There's no way that you can escape that at that point. You're gonna do it because you need to do it. And so it's not a chore as per se. Now, even if you were to choose the pedestrian lifestyle for the other three reasons I named, you still have the health benefits because you are still walking or bicycling. I'm not going to touch too much on bicycling. We all know about bikes. I think we all probably rode one at one point or time when we were kids, learning how to get the training wheels off and everything. And there's a whole nother bag of tricks that comes with that. But today I'm going to focus mostly on the backpack end of things, because I do find that that is something that most pedestrians need to utilize to successfully bring this lifestyle together. Obviously there's trade-offs. You're gonna have with giving up the conveniences of cars, easier time and travel with those to longer times. Maybe you have to use the Uber, the taxi, or you have a friend that you occasionally borrow their car. Pedestrian lifestyle doesn't mean you can't have a license. You're gonna save some money. That's beautiful. That plays into that economic thing I was talking about. You're not gonna have those oil changes and the gas and all that. After a while, you stop noticing the gas prices. It doesn't concern you anymore. If you're in an urban environment, it really might be that more convenient. And convenience is great. You gotta love it. But in the Midwestern areas, maybe the more mid-rural to rural areas, you're gonna have a little bit of extra footwork. You're gonna have a little extra time. You gotta plan ahead. You're gonna have to adjust your schedules to that. You know, comfort is gonna be the biggest thing to get used to. Quality piece of footwear, as far as the leather tramp, as they call it some places, type of pedestrianism, is very important. Your mileage may vary as far as what kind of footwear fits best for your use. Personally, I've found a quality pair of boots is really great. And in that instance, I personally go for a nice leather boot that you can maintain yourself and hopefully has a long life to it. The better you take care of these, the more broken in they're going to be. If you're fortunate enough to be able to get them resold, now what you're talking about is a broken in boot with a brand new sole each time. This is key to getting around by foot. Absolutely. Starts with the footwear and moves on up. And as a pedestrian for 8 years experience, I find that the layers are the best way to go. You know, you start with your standard clothing that you wear for work, and then you build your way up, depending on the weather conditions. And depending on the weather conditions really means is that you're going to go check the weather app for the day. And after a little while of walking back and to and fro work, you're going to find out how your body heats up on the way to work. So the lesson learned is layers work, because you can take things off much more easily than adding things. So, you know, maybe around the fall time, you start with a lightweight sweatshirt, hoodie type jacket. You know, maybe between the early fall to mid-fall, you go to a nice denim jacket. But then somewhere along the way, you add the two together, and now you have that perfect combo. If you have some strong winters, now we're talking about some quality winter coverage. And this jacket in particular is rated, personal experience, at no more than 30 degrees. You'll be sweating in a jacket like this, moving and using calories to get where you're going. So you have to adjust accordingly. There's no way that being uncomfortable is fun. And so with that being said, you know, you bring some accessories along maybe. Nice pair of leather gloves here. These are versatile. They're good for work, but at the same time, they're mid-level protection for the cold, especially if you apply some sort of conditioning to them, such as a leather conditioner. I have personally found, for comfort reasons, that in the summertime, keeping the sweat out of your eyes is very important. Just a cheap bandana will do the trick. Fold it over and put it right on top. It works great. Keep it right out. Now, of course, the weather conditions. It's not just your personal comfort, but it's also protecting what you got. So, with that being said, hopefully you have a backpack. You can go quite a few different ways. Right here we have just your good old box store, superstore if you will, backpack. Not very expensive, but it still works. Pretty basic. You have a grab handle here. For whatever reason you carry it that way. Most backpacks come with the good old school Nook hook handle. So this one has a feature I do like. It's got a top open, not a side open. Very easy just to drop a bunch of things in there very easily. You might be going by the store. You're out and about on your own by foot. You got to figure out how to carry these things. So this backpack in particular has that. Has these nice little side loops to which a couple carabiners hook to nicely. And with those hoops, you can take what I like to call a crinkle bag. Most stores, at least where I'm from, have them for checkout. And just hook it right to it. Now it's just dangling off. You got extra capacity. That's what we're talking about. The other thing that I really found very helpful in my travels are these nice little side pockets. They might be stretchy, they might be breathable. This is a meshy material. I'd rather have something a little bit more sturdy though. You're going to carry your water bottle in there, or in my case, I found an umbrella very, very nice to have. Now, in the case of this backpack has a poncho included. Well, separate purchase, of course. This wearer's backpack does have a poncho, and that's good to keep you dry up top, but also you can wear it with your backpack underneath. That's one way to do it. So we have this very nice, fairly inexpensive option here. You don't have to go too crazy. So we're going to put that aside, and I'm going to introduce my standby. This backpack has been with me for most of my years of experience. It is a Swiss Gear backpack. They're not generally that inexpensive. I had a good deal on it when I got it though. They're very good quality. This backpack has lasted me at least 7 years. It does have a very sturdy grab handle at the top, and it has very nice side pouches for carrying. In addition, what the other one we just showed you is, that did not have what they call a compression strap. This one does. They're very handy because when this backpack is completely flat or only slightly filled, that compression strap will keep the weight centered so that it's not bouncing around too much. Also, in addition to that, your strap will also carry some of these crinkle bags. Just loop it through and connect it up. Maybe cinch down the strap a little bit, compressing it, and there you go. Very nice for extras. Now this bag, as great as it is, had some features on it that I felt that I would like down the road that might be helpful. I actually did add, with some lashing backpack strap, these little underneath straps, and very carefully sewed with links of the lashing strap with box stitching to create this. And so what you'll really be able to do here is pull this out, you can see, and you will be able to actually tuck in things right underneath the backpack. Now, get creative with things. That's the other great thing about pedestrianism. Get creative. Make it your own. And another thing you can do with the lashing strap is you can make your own little buckles. You grab the parachute buckles, is what they call them at the craft stores, the fabric stores, and you go ahead and make these little guys. On here, I got some zip ties holding this together with holes through the lashing strap. That's one way about it. You can always sew them shut. But with the grab handle and this strap, you can also put those crinkle bags on. So with a simple little click, you're good to go. Versatility is the name of the game. And of course, with many of the modern backpacks, you can also put your laptop in there. Many of you probably need your laptop for work. So, you know, it's great features on here. and even usually some Velcro strap to keep it in place so it's not sliding around. Capacity is great. This backpack has served well in that respect, but I learned my lessons along the way. So what I came up with was my ultimate pedestrian backpack. I finally know everything that I want, and you're going to end up finding out what you want. I ended up going the tactical route. Sometimes when we think, when you want to think practical, think tactical, because there's a lot of great features that they offer. So, the number one feature they offer is Molly rows of webbing. And if you can see here, on these rows, you can put specifically made straps through to carry pouches. And in fact, these little side pouches here aren't part of the backpack. These are add-ons purchased separately, and that's why this is the ultimate pedestrian backpack for me personally, because I made it mine. These are roly-poly dump pouches by Maxpedition, and they're the minis, and they happen to fit an umbrella and a clean canteen perfectly. You have to buy the straps separate to put them on there, but that's okay. So for me personally, I do like a nice clean canteen, double walled, keeps my coffee hot in the morning and keeps my water cold if I'm walking home. So I like that. Also, a nice umbrella. I don't personally care for the poncho, and I've tried it. There's nothing bad about it per se. It's just your personal preference. I figure I'm probably going to get wet somehow anyways. I might as well just make it easy on myself and have an easy grab and not too much put on. So I pop that in there. Got some nice pouches here. I find that I don't like too much organization in a pedestrian pack. High specific organization for me equals less bulk space. And when you're at the grocery store, bulk space really does pay off in dividends. Also, with a Molly style, I had discovered on my own that they sell these Grimlocks. And they're basically just little carabiners, but they actually work very nicely. They click shut very quickly. And so what you can do is, I've got two on this one, and I can carry my grocery sack back here. Click, and you're good to go. You're hanging right there. And if you put them in the right position, you're not getting too much slap underneath, which can be very annoying. The way that you carry your weight on a pedestrian pack is very important. It's about comfort, and it's about getting where you're going. And so you can get quite a bit of sway sometimes on things, and if it's not high enough up, it can make it very uncomfortable. You still have the compression straps for carrying on the side. Now, another thing I didn't show you on the other pack just yet, because I found these great little webbing keepers. They go on the end of your webbing, and you just roll them right up, and then you just click in the stretchy cord. Now, if you don't want to buy those, you can go down to your local hardware store or something like that and get some double-sided Velcro tape. It's not as convenient as that little clip, but you can roll it out, and there you go. You have a little piece of Velcro strip cut to your size, and now you got a little loop to keep your straps nice and tight. Now, have not used this yet, have not had the need, but sometimes the crinkle bags, they're just a little bit weak. So luckily came upon this nice little compact, sturdy, recycling, green, environmentally friendly shopping bag. So just a little bit extra sturdy, and you never know what you're going to come across. You might end up in a situation where you just need that. You need a little extra capacity on the outside. Folds up neatly, nicely, doesn't take up too much space, not for my purposes anyways. And it works out quite well. Paracord. Paracord's great. I love it. Really like the action on paracord for the poles, for the zippers. I added it in green onto this Swiss gear bag. Really love it. Even added a little extra to do here through these nice little grommets on the back. You can carry a pair of shoes or something back there once extended with these nice little what would I say, hoodie pole type plastic to-dos. Kind of cinch things up, release the toggle, and then it stops and you're good to go. Maxpedition, of course, does come with poles already in paracord. That's just how they roll. But yes, consider the pedestrian lifestyle. Be healthy, save money, not too bad. Have a great day, and thank you for watching Table Talks.